Hi traders, welcome to the F Trader. I'm Kay and I'm going to run through the market brief with you. It's been a crazy day. I'm going to talk about gold and the sell-off and the USD, how that's been gaining. We're going to go through the charts in a second, but before we do that, please subscribe to this channel if you like it and give this video a thumbs up. Okay, so we're on a 4-hour chart of gold, and as you can see, we've had this massive sell-off. We have been in a sideways pattern for the last good couple of weeks. Actually, I could say nearly a month. And we've just been side patterning, going in a sideways pattern, and finally we've had this breakout now to the downside. And I'm just going to remove the Bollinger Band. We did take a long position here yesterday at around 130, sorry, not 130, 1830. So, and we put our stop loss at 1825. That got triggered here. We got stopped out, and that's fine because we've been playing this sideways pattern for the last couple of sessions, which has been great. But we've had a stop in place for a reason. After here, I decided that the market moved down and it moved back up, and around, sorry, it was about here. We got stopped out here. It was in this region that I decided to take a short position on 1824, and we rode that wave down to about 1815, I should say, and then I took 50% off, and then we are still holding that position, and I'm going to be moving our stop loss to a break-even position. So I'm hoping this is just the beginning of a sell-off now that we've broken through. Technically, there's been damage done here. We've broken through this, and if I go on to a bit further down, we've reached this point now where if we can break through this, then gold's really going to start getting some momentum. The interesting thing is it broke that crucial 1800 point. We will have to see in the next couple of trading sessions if it's going to hold below 1800 or not, or if it starts getting bought back up into it. I mean, technically, the damage is done. I feel that the trend has now started to reverse, and we are now in a downward spiral. So that's it for gold. I'm just going to show you guys something on the daily chart that I want to show. Yep, that was it. So we've broken through this support there, and now this is key. If we break through this, which I think we would break by about 1760, 1755, then we've got some way to go before we start hitting this kind of support here between the 1680. It'll be interesting to see if that happens. This could just be another sell-off, as you can see with the 150 EMA. It breaks through and then the buying comes back in and it moves up again, and it did the same thing here. So this could very well be a break below the 150 and then slowly start gaining. But obviously we're not going to take any long positions until we see some decent buying and momentum to the upside and above the 1800 at the moment. So that's that for gold. I'm just going to quickly touch upon the cable, the pound dollar. It's been very interesting, this one, and I'll explain to you why. So the Bank of England decided to hold interest rates at 0.1%. That came out at 12 o'clock. As you can see, just bear with me with my charting. It's an hour forward. It's on European. So the data came out at 1 o'clock European time, I should say. And we've just had this massive spike for the British government, the British Bank, the Bank of England to hold rates at 0.1%. It's just gone boom, literally. And we've had this price go from about 1.3565 all the way up to 1.3698. It didn't break to the 37 point, and then it's just come back down. I think if the dollar keeps strengthening, we will start getting selling come in. We did get stopped out of our position. We were long, but we took a little bit of profit off the table there. Our positions haven't quite hit take profit. We move into profit, and we're tightening our stops into a little bit of profit, and we seem to get stopped out. I'm going to wait and see what's going to happen here. If the dollar index starts strengthening, then we'll take a short position to the downside. If we start getting a reversal, we may take another long position to the upside. But that's been very interesting. I did not expect that to happen, to be honest. If I just now go on to the euro dollar, you can see that we've had this sell-off, and every day it's selling off a bit more, and this is purely to do with the dollar index. The dollar is just constantly strengthening. It's kind of hit a little bit of support here and here. It'll be interesting to see if it breaks down. I mean, it's all dependent on the USD index, and I'm going to touch upon that now as well. Just quickly go into that. Oops. Let's get it here. So this is the dollar index. As you can see, we're still running up. This is an hour chart. Let me just go into the daily. I did mention that we've had a reversal head and shoulders. As you can see, it's broken through, and the momentum's just taken off. If this pattern is to be played out, we will see the dollar hitting 92.30, 92.50, because it's broken through the neckline. And if that happens, there's going to be more downside for gold, more downside for the cable, more downside for the euro, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm quickly just going to touch upon Bitcoin as well. If you look at Bitcoin, let me go on to the 4-hour chart. I have been waiting for this to pull back. It's starting to, the momentum carried on to go a little bit higher, tested this resistance point here, and it's starting to sell down again. Now, if this, I'm hoping this gets pulled back down to this support region for us to take a long position. If it plays out a bit here, we may take a short position depending on this acting as a resistance. We'll take a short position towards this region, but I would need this pattern to play out a bit better before we do that. I'm going to quickly just touch upon silver as well. Just to show you guys on silver. So there was a lot of hype on Reddit. A lot of buyers came in for, this is an hour chart, let me show you on a 4-hour, you'll see it better. So this is where the buying started to happen when Reddit started, the whole hype started. Did some really nice bull flags going up, and with obviously people profit taking and the strength on the dollar index, it's just sold down, and it's kind of done a little mini shoulder, head and shoulder again. So if we break this neckline, we could see silver go down. Wow! And if I mean, you know, if the pattern plays out, we could easily see silver hitting around the $23, 20, even 20, yeah, maybe about the 20, 24, 23 if it breaks through this. But that's to be seen. I'm not going to touch silver at the moment. There's too much volume being played around it, and that's about it. Sorry it was a bit long today. There's lots going on in the market, and I'll give you guys another briefing tomorrow on Friday.